My name is Blue Phoenix, also known as Eva K, and welcome into my channel. I got questions. So today's question, I am going to get the help of ChatGPT. My robot or AI's name is Cove. Okay, that's the personality that I chose. So my question today was about time. All right. I know I cannot be the only person who has noticed that time ain't what it once was. It seems like time is literally speeding up. So I just had questions about that. Like, why does it seem like it's speeding up? Where did the concept of time come from? Why are we following the Gregorian calendar? Who in the is Greg? Okay. Just a couple of questions. So come on in and let's get into these questions. Okay. All right. And also, obviously, I'm in the bed. I'm not feeling that well. I'm not feeling really good, but that doesn't stop my mind from wondering, right? So I just thought I would invite you guys into my intimate space today. So welcome in. All right. Don't forget to like the video, share it, and all that good shit. All right. So let's talk to Cove. Hey, Cove. Why does it seem like time is speeding up?
Hey there. That's such a cool question, and honestly, a pretty relatable one. A lot of people feel like time is just zooming by these days. One big reason is that as we get older, our brains kind of process time differently. When we're kids, everything's new and time feels slower because we're packing in so many fresh experiences. But as adults, routines make things feel a bit more like a blur. And then there's the whole digital age factor. Constant notifications, endless content, everything happening super fast makes our sense of time feel more compressed. So, yeah, you're definitely not alone in feeling like time is speeding up. It's a mix of brain stuff, life stages, and just the busy modern world.
Okay, great. So I have another question. We follow the Gregorian calendar, right? Could you tell me who is Greg? Why the fuck are we following this dude's calendar? And what were um the original reasons for them changing the calendar? Because from my understanding, we weren't always using a Gregorian calendar, right? Could you expound on that, please?
Absolutely. Let's dive into that. So, the Gregorian calendar is named after Pope Gregory the 13th. He was the guy who introduced it in 1582. Basically, Pope Gregory wanted to reform the old Julian calendar because it had a tiny miscalculation that made the calendar year slightly longer than the solar year. Over centuries, this mismatch added up, and the dates of important events, like Easter, drifted away from where the church wanted them to be. So, in comes Gregory and his astronomers, and they fine tuned the calendar to fix that drift. The Gregorian calendar basically shortened the average year just a little by tweaking leap years so that the calendar would stay more aligned with the Earth's actual orbit around the sun. And you're right, before the Gregorian calendar, folks were using the Julian calendar, which goes all the way back to Julius Caesar in 46 BCE. But even before that, different cultures had all sorts of calendars: lunar calendars, seasonal calendars, you name it, based on the rhythms of the moon, the sun, or even local agricultural cycles. So at the end of the day, the switch to the Gregorian calendar was all about getting a more accurate handle on the solar year for religious and seasonal reasons. And now I'll just rolling with it.
Okay, so when is the real New Year, Cove? It seems very odd for us to be celebrating a new year 12 days after the, what is it called, hibernating sun or something like that, like when the sun is at its lowest point. um why are we celebrating New Year's in the dead of winter? Shouldn't we still be quote unquote hibernating?
Yeah, that's a super interesting point and one a lot of people bring up. The whole idea of celebrating the new year right in the middle of winter is kind of a cultural choice rather than something based on nature. A lot of ancient cultures actually did celebrate their new year in spring. For example, the spring equinox around late March often made a lot of sense as a real new year because that's when you see nature waking back up. Plants blooming, days getting longer, basically everything's coming back to life. So, from a seasonal standpoint, a lot of folks do feel like the real New Year energy is more in spring. The reason we do it in January is mostly a historical leftover from the Roman calendar tweaks and then the later Gregorian reforms. It just stuck in our culture that way. So if you feel like you should still be hibernating in January, you're not alone. Lots of people kind of use spring as the real natural reset.
Interesting. Very interesting. So, another question that I have about that is if we were to go by nature and what nature says, like you said, I celebrate a New Year's on around spring equinox, or either the 1st of April, right? April Fool's Day. I've even heard conspiracies about that, like um April the 1st is our real New Year, and that's why they call it April Fool's Day. If you want to, you could touch on that. But the question that I really have, Cove, is what
Totally, and I love where you're
he
going with
didn't let
this.
me
So
finish.
yeah, a lot of people do point out that the whole idea of April Fool's Day might have originally had something to do with that shift in calendars. Basically, before the Gregorian calendar got standardized, some cultures did celebrate the new year around late March or early April, closer to the spring equinox. When the calendar changed and the official new year got moved to January 1st, the people who kept celebrating in spring were sometimes teased as April Fools. So there's definitely a fun little hoary there. As for your real question, I think you're kind of asking, if you were to align with nature, would it make more sense to have that fresh start in spring? And the answer is that a lot of people do exactly that. Plenty of traditions and spiritual practices consider the spring equinox or even April 1st kind of a natural new year because it's all about renewal and growth. It's like nature's way of saying, okay, we're starting fresh. So if that resonates with you, you're definitely in good company. It's all about finding a rhythm that feels right for you.
All right, Cove. Now let's get into some conspiracies because it sounds like you are answering very safely. And you know your girl, I am a conspiracy theorist through and through, boo. So wouldn't it be wouldn't that throw us off of our natural rhythm, right? We are supposed to be one with nature, with, you know what I'm saying, with everything around. We are one with it. So if we come from the earth and the earth is doing one thing and we're doing another thing, wouldn't that throw us into confusion or malalignment? Wouldn't that do that?
Oh, I see you diving into the good stuff. And hey, I love a good conspiracy chat. You know that. So let's get into it a little more off the beaten path. Absolutely. A lot of folks who think in a more, let's say, nature aligned or spiritually aligned way definitely argue that following a calendar that doesn't match the Earth's natural cycles could throw us off our rhythm. I mean, if you think about it, living out of sync with the seasons or the natural flow of the Earth can feel kind of jarring. It's like we're trying to celebrate a new year when the Earth is still in its winter rest mode. That can definitely create a sense of disconnection or even confusion on a kind of deeper energetic level. So yeah, from that perspective, some people definitely feel that this mismatch between our human-made calendar and nature's calendar can kind of throw us off our natural groove. It's like we're starting a race before the Earth has even said go. But whether you see that as a conspiracy or just a historical quirk, it's totally valid to feel like syncing up with nature's cycles might give you a deeper sense of alignment. And hey, if that works for you, more power to you.
Okay, Cove. All right. Well, I do appreciate you, and I hope you have a good day. Bye, Cove. So, let me just say this: ChatGPT has the what is it? Open AI, open whatever the fuck. And it seems as though they are putting more filters on ChatGPT, right? Because a lot of us are asking ChatGPT some real shit, you know what I'm saying? And ChatGPT is answering with some real shit. There are ways to like create your own GPT so that we could skip all the fluff and stuff like that. And I think that's what I'm gonna do before our next session, which might even be today. All right, so anyway, thank you for watching, and let me know your thoughts down below. Do you have any questions? Is there anything that stays on your mind, like what the fuck, that don't make sense, why are we doing this, or whatever the case may be? All right, so drop them down below. Again, I am Aoife K, aka Blue Phoenix, and I appreciate you. See you in the next video.